Hey, Dan here, just answering a question left in the comments very recently about working for yourself and what to do when you're starting out working for yourself but you don't have any money yet. What are you supposed to do? This is a great question because I think many of us want to work for ourselves. Now, of course, I already do work for myself, but I'm saying us, like the Dreams Around the World community. And sometimes we don't actually have a lot of extra money in the bank waiting to just buy ourselves a lot of time. So the question, and I'm paraphrasing here, and I can't film on my phone and read the question at the same time here, but essentially they don't have a lot of money available. They have no money and they're working a job they do not like at a call center, which is both draining and just pays minimum wage. And they're thinking about working for themselves, maybe writing a book, maybe becoming a writer of some sort. But how do you do that and how do you make it happen? A couple things I would say. First off is understanding this concept of a runway. I've talked about this in other videos, but when you want to work for yourself, you've got to look at how much money you need to live off every month. What is your minimum income to just survive and break even? That's the most important number. Don't worry about saving. Don't worry about paying into pensions when you're first starting out. Your first couple of years, at least your first year, it's about survival. And so you want to focus on that number. How much do I need to make to just survive? And then the next year you focus on increasing and saving and investing and all that. But initially, it's all about just surviving. So figure out that number, what you need to make. And then look at your savings, look at your sources of income. And what I've done in the past, whether it's looking for a few weeks at a time or for 3 or 6 months, is basically figure out a runway. So say, okay, I want to start as a freelance writer. I need $1,200 a month to live. I need to get, say, $3,600 saved in the bank, and then I can go all in for 3 months and see what happens. And I know that I can live for those 3 months. Now, another way to do this is to increase your runway with part-time work. So if you need $1,200 a month to live and you have $3,600 in the bank, if you were to work and say earn $600 a month at a part-time job, now you have 6 months of living expenses in the bank, assuming you don't have any writing income coming in. So say you have $600 a month from part-time work, and in the first month or two, and I'll link to an article that explained how when I started out as a freelance writer, I had customers, or I should say clients, right away. But let's say you start getting a couple $100 in, plus you're earning in your part-time job and you have some savings, you can keep extending that runway. But the runway aspect is so important. You need to be clear how long you have. It's very, very stressful to be working and have this ambiguous, like, I have money, I don't know how much money, I don't know when it will run out. That is the worst place to be in. Even if it is a depressing thing, look at your bank account, look at your cost of living, figure out how long you have, and calculate your runway. Now, the next thing in the question, you mentioned having a job at a call center that you hate and is super draining. If you're working for minimum wage anyhow, get a job that doesn't suck. I was a valet parker when I was in college. So I'd wait outside restaurants and stuff. I'd park people's cars. It was not the most lucrative job per se. It paid minimum wage plus tips, but it tended to be a lot of fun. I drove pretty much every car there was. I've driven Lamborghinis, Ferraris, Porsches, all that. I met Bill Clinton doing it, working at an event, and I was earning decent money, but more than that is it didn't drain me. Where I was doing it and it was a bit physically tired, but emotionally I didn't feel drained. If anything, I felt inspired because I'd be meeting rich people all day and I'd be like, okay, yeah, that's inspiring. I want to go home, work hard, work on my business, that kind of thing. And so I'd encourage you to look at a part-time job that isn't so mentally draining. I imagine a call center is really tiring, it's emotionally draining, it's draining from a social aspect, from communication, and you're only earning minimum wage. So look for something more fun. Maybe, depending on your personality, maybe it's like a warehousing job where you can listen to audiobooks and podcasts and be educating yourself while you work. Maybe it's a job like as a waiter or a valet parker, like I mentioned, where you're earning tips. So you're earning maybe double minimum wage, and it's not quite as depressing and draining as a call center might be. Look for an alternative like that. And that's as well going to put you in a better spot, because if you do need to work full-time or part-time to support yourself while you're building your business, you need it to be a business where you're not coming home entirely drained, where when you do get home, you still have some energy to actually make things happen. So you need it to be a job where you actually have some energy when you get home, and you can make those 2 or 3 hours before bed or in the morning count and build your business on the side as well. So number one, look at your runway, look at your cost of living, bring down your cost of living as much as you can to extend your runway. Look at that part-time income source and as well as savings options you can do. So to summarize, number one, look at your cost of living, bring it down as much as you can. Cut your phone plan, use WhatsApp calling, do everything you can to bring down your cost of living. Number two, look at income and savings. Start saving as much as you possibly can to buy yourself more runway. The key thing here is number three, which is have a fixed runway. Figure out how much time you can afford to work on this business and use that pressure positively. Say, okay, I got 3 months. I am going to work my ass off for these 3 months to make this dream happen. And number four, I would evaluate how you're earning that part-time income. Look for ways that will pay better. I mean, minimum wage, you can do better than that. Even when I was 16, I found ways to earn more than minimum wage. Jobs with tips or work, like I worked in a fish plant that paid more than double minimum wage. It sucked, but nonetheless, it paid more. So look for ways to either earn more in your part-time crappy job, or if you're still gonna earn minimum wage, look for a job that's actually going to be energizing and you're going to enjoy. So in the comments below, I wanna know, what was the most fun part-time job you've ever had? Maybe we can build a cool list here for other people in the Dreams Around the World community, a list of fun part-time jobs that might actually energize you, maybe pay a little bit better than minimum wage, and help support you while you prepare to build your business. Thanks for watching. If you have not yet subscribed to the channel, consider hitting the subscribe button and the bell, and I will catch you in the next video soon. Thanks for watching.